Hey, Tony Gas is here. Now I'm talking to you off the top of my head, and I know you might not believe that because maybe there's a number in the title, but I'm actually adding that number after I finish talking and I go through this because I don't know how many reasons I'm going to give you. Now, the first reason that I could think of why a woman should not get on a dating app is because confident men are not on dating apps. And the reason what you need to understand is that in order for a man to walk up to a woman and say, hey, how are you doing? My name is such and such. What is your name? It takes confidence. So men who don't have that confidence are the first men to get on dating apps. It's not to say that there isn't a single confident man on a dating app, but confident men are walking up to women and introducing themselves. That's the number one reason a woman should not, and these ain't in order, but that's one reason a woman should not get on a dating site. A second reason a woman should not get on a dating site is because lazy men get on dating sites. The men who want women to be served up to them. The men who want a buffet of women. The men who want a grocery store of women are the type of men, on average, that get on dating sites. The third reason a woman should not get on a dating site is a man who is hiding in plain sight. A man who is wearing a mask is the type of man to get on a dating site. So this is someone who he knows who he is, but he feels like a window. So he feels like if he walks up to a woman, she can tell who he is. So that feeling, he says, he was like, okay, if I can put up my best picture online and I can talk to her in the messenger and then talk to her on text, I got enough time to reel her in without her feeling my energy. So a man who is hiding in plain sight, he is going to join a dating app. A fourth reason why a woman should not get on a dating app is because men who want to scam are going to get on dating apps first. So the men who are hobosexuals, the men who are credit card scammers, who are life ID scammers, the men who are looking for a green card, those are the men that's going to get online. And the reason being is because of the fifth reason a woman should not get on a dating app is because it sends a message to men that she is desperate. A woman will be hard pressed to find a man who will tell her honestly that he doesn't believe her being on a dating app makes her look desperate. There are men who will say that, but 9 out of 10 times, the men who will say a woman doesn't look desperate on a dating app are one of the men who fall in the first 4 reasons I said a woman should not get on a dating app. This is what I need women to understand. These dating apps is the devil. It's the devil. They are not reporting around the world how many women are being killed from dating apps. They are not reporting around the world how many millions of dollars are being transferred from women to men every day due to dating apps. They are not reporting around the world the STD rate that is skyrocketing due to dating apps. They are not reporting around the world how many illegitimate children are being born due to dating apps. There is nothing convenient about getting to know someone. And that's what a dating app is selling, convenience. From the comfort of your home, shop for your mate. That goes against everything that a relationship stands for. There is nothing microwavable about a healthy and good relationship. Love is made in the oven. A dating app is a microwave. There's nothing good about a dating app. Nothing. And yes, people get married. Raccoons find steak in the garbage. So just because people have gotten married does not mean that dating apps are good. That was their happenstance, that was their luck, that was by chance, and they are not reporting the statistics on how many divorces are happening from dating apps. So what they will report is that 52% of marriages are going through a divorce. 60% of marriages going to divorce. Whatever the number are, it's always ranging from 40 to 60%. Well, that number has gone up since dating apps have been a thing. Because the numbers weren't that high before dating apps. But now, because people are shopping for a mate, like they are walking through the grocery store, or they are putting mates on plates like they are at the buffet line, they're building on false pretenses. They're introducing their representative, then they're falling in love, and then they're getting married, both out of desperation, 9 out of 10 times, and then they look up a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, and they're going through a divorce. And then those of us who built a relationship organically, from a man walking up to a woman and introducing himself, now we got to deal with these people from dating apps being lumped into our divorce rates and running up the numbers, which making the rest of the world feel like marriage should be extinct, marriage should be old news, and that marriage is dead, and that relationships are dead. And it's because of dating apps. And listen, these people, these dating apps, they in it for the money. They in it for the money. They don't care nothing about no love. They don't care about no love. Because if they care about love, if they care about the safety of women, if they care about any of that, they would literally, I'm going to tell you what they would do. I'm going to tell you, if a dating app cared, let me tell you what they would do. And now that I say this, they're going to add this. They're going to add this. And they're not going to pay me for it, and they're not going to give me credit for it. But if a dating app cared, this is what they would do. They would have all of the red flags on the home page. And when you sign up for the app, it would be mandatory that you watch videos from teachers like myself in order to get credits. You gotta watch this video from beginning to end and you get 5 credits. To send a message or to receive a message, it costs 5 credits. And so now you are being educated on every scam that has ever been ran on a dating app. You being educated on how to meet up with somebody, how to talk to somebody, how to verify somebody's real, how to see if somebody is using you for a green card, how to see if somebody's finna scam you. You being educated, you getting relationship knowledge, you getting your personal safety knowledge, you getting financial scam knowledge, and it is mandatory in order to get the credits to send or receive a message. Never once, with 3.5 million people online, have a dating app reached out to me. You know why? Because I would be counterintuitive, counterproductive of what they're trying to do. They are not trying to educate people and keep people safe. They're trying to have deer in headlights. They want you dumb and desperate. The dumber you are and the more desperate you are, the more money you're gonna make in dating apps. And even the ones who don't charge, that's why it's ads on there. That's why it's a bunch of ads on there or sponsorships on there. And if it ain't on there, it's coming. It's gonna be monetized. They are monetizing on desperation. They are monetizing loneliness. They are monetizing ignorance. And they are creating a breeding ground for psychopaths, for serial killers. And it's gonna come a day where it's gonna hit the fan because something real atrocious gonna happen, and the government finally gonna care. But for right now, the government like, man, listen, you grown, you wanna get your butt on a date out, go ahead. We don't care. You get here, all right. Another person, all right. But one of these days, there's gonna be a man who get on a date now, and he's gonna do a spree to where he gonna take about 30 lives in 30 days. And that's when the government gonna step in and shut down dating apps or regulate them to the point to where don't nobody wanna be on it anyways. But until then, man, listen, it's a free for all. And I'm gonna tell you, cause I'm out here in the trenches, and I'm gonna be honest with you, women are like deer in the headlights. Like, women is like deer in the headlights. And there's a group of men, but it's far less men. The men, when a man is a deer in the headlight, he choose to be. What I mean by that, when a man get on a dating app and he a sucker, and he sending this woman all this money, he paying her rent, he paying her bills, he giving her all this money, he doing that for he doing that intentionally. He doing that for the news. She sending him news, she doing stuff with him. Like, he paying for the play. That's when a man doing it. When women get on dating apps and they giving a man money and they let a man live with them, they let a man hold their car, the woman is exchanging those things for love. She not doing it out of freakiness. The woman ain't doing it for pleasure. She doing it for love. She is trying to buy love. And she has told herself that if I want love, I gotta support my man. I gotta invest in my man. And she think that's money. No, sister, that's conversation. That is conversation. That's all that is. Women are online trying to buy men. And here's the thing. The thing about it, what the dating app don't care, the dating app do not care if this woman is 300 pounds, 400 pounds, and in the day-to-day world, she is not attractive to 99% of men because they feel like she doesn't love herself because of her weight. She could be going through some things and health problems. She could have whatever. And men are not that understanding. Men are not that forgiving. Men are not that, men don't get the benefit of the doubt. They're just going to look at her and say, blah, blah, and they're going to write her off. We see a lot of big men with a woman. We see a lot of men who not taking care of their body, but got a woman. And so women different in that aspect too. And they don't care that this woman is getting on there and she is literally dying from a lack of companionship. Because as humans, we are not meant to be alone. We're not meant to be alone for a long period of time. Like, we need companionship. Like, we want a relationship. And so because of that, there are women who get on dating apps and they will do anything to have a conversation. They will do anything. Like, when I look at these shows of the women that's getting taken care of, unfortunately, a lot of the women are women who they in the real world where a man approaches a woman, they're not being approached. They're not getting the play that they want. And it's because they fall outside of the beauty constructs that the media is pushing. And so men being programmable and men being robots don't look beyond just the physical and what society says is attractive. Most men don't look beyond that and get to know a woman. So therefore, this woman is isolated, she's alienated, she's ostracized, she's alone. And so then she gets on a dating app to say, hey, let me increase my dating pool, let me increase my options, my opportunity. And then she starts getting messages, and she quickly forgets that, hey, I don't get this type of attention in the real world for whatever reason, but now I'm getting attention. And she lets that go to her head in the sense of like, oh, this is me. This is just because I increased the dating pool. This just the numbers increase. So I actually am, attractive, and I actually am worthy, which she could have been those things before the dating app, but because she wasn't being approached, she said that she isn't. So then she gets online and she gets approached, and she assumes that it means she is. So it validates her. But what she doesn't take into consideration is that, no, this is a scam artist that's now talking to you. This is an R-word man that's talking to you. This is a SK serial that's talking to you. This is a psychopath that's talking to you. She's not taking into consideration that, yeah, the dating pool was enlarged, but it also became enlarged with the type of man she does not want or need in her life. But for the companionship, for the company now, because she is a nurturer by nature, this lad in distress who has a sick daughter and he doesn't have health insurance and needs $30,000 for her chemo, now this woman feels purpose. She feels needed. And she starts getting money out of her 401k, maxing out her credit cards, borrowing from her mom or her dad who maybe living out of their retirement money. And she robs Peter to pay Paul to help this man, because now for once, finally, she's needed. She's wanted. She has companionship. She's not lonely. Her heart is not hurting. And a part of her knows that this is abnormal. A part of her knows that never in her life has a man who looks like this or dresses like this or built like this has ever been attracted to her, because of the beauty constructs in the world and most men being rats in a maze. She forgets about the rats in a maze syndrome and men being programmed by what society says is beautiful. And she says, this is my man. This is my opportunity. He sees me. He sees me. But she forgets that he did not have to walk up to her and muster the courage to walk up to her and shoot his shot to her where she could read his energy, read his eyes, read his lips, look in his mouth, look at his shoes, look at his fingernails, look at his clothes, feel his energy. She forgets that none of that happened and that he shot this shot over the phone or a keyboard. And then she said, oh, I'm worthy. Or some women will say, I still don't feel worthy, but I just want somebody. And I'll do whatever it takes to have somebody. And she does that. And so, next thing you know, here she goes. Here she goes. And this man, he get that money. And because he on a dating app, she's one of 10. So he tell all of these 10 women about this story of his sick daughter who need chemo and he don't have insurance and he's a single father. He got the picture from offline, or it might be a real picture of his actual daughter. And his actual daughter might have cancer, but he gets online to milk that story. And now he got 10 women over the course of 12 months that's giving him $30,000. He has made $300,000 that year. But these women also, because of the bills, the medical bills he is responsible for, they pay for his steak dinners. They pay for his movie outings. They pay for the trip to the Maldives. They pay for the trip to Bali. This man is seeing the world. He is taking videos. This man got a jet app on how to get on the jet for cheap. He got his woman from Bumble or Match or eHarmony, Tinder, Hinge, all of whatever y'all be on, paying the $5,000 for the membership for the jet. This man got the video of the jet. This man owned the jet. He never show her on social media. He never, and some men now will show her on social media because he just need the money that bad. He don't care if people see that he's with a woman that he would have otherwise never been with if she was not paying for these exotic vacations or paying for his rent or bought him a car. And listen, this happening in the millions. If not millions, it's 900 and some thousand women doing this. And it breaks my heart, man. It just crushes me. And that's why I got to do these kind of videos. But hey, listen to me. How many of the reasons I gave? Maybe 5. Y'all stay off them dating apps. Get your friends off them dating apps. Your homegirl want to get on that dating app, tell her, listen, don't call me. I don't talk to desperate women. Tell her you can't have desperate friends. If she got to be online, don't even call you. When she see you care that much, she gonna get off that online. Tell her to do what she got to do to position herself and to get ready for real love in the real world and get off the metaverse. Get off the cyber reality. That's what a dating app is. It's not real. It is not real. I'm trying to tell y'all this. And if you listen to my other videos, you'll hear I was that guy that was out here in the real world, in these trenches. I know what kind of man get on dating apps. And there's some quote unquote good men on there, but they on the dating app because they still not relationship ready. They operating from the wrong place. They operating just from a place of fear, from a place of loneliness, from a place of greed or laziness or convenience. And they could be a good guy, but the things that he is not addressing that got him to get on that date now, that's what disqualifies him from being husband material. But everything else about him is a good guy. And that's why some people from dating apps get married. But that guy is 1 out of 1,000 at best. He most likely is 1 out of 2,500 or 5,000. A man that is husband material that's on a dating app. Now, let me stop playing with y'all. He 1 out of 10,000 on them dating apps. That dating app got to have 1 million men on there. 1 million men for 1,000 of them to be husband material. But yet, it's 1 million women on there competing for 1,000 men that the women don't know how or when or if they'll ever meet one of those 1,000 men. But instead, the woman got to go through 100 men on the dating app before she meet one that's husband material. Man, y'all get off them dating apps. And if you done been in a dating app and you got a little horror story, a little situation that got you up off of there, put your story in the comments so other women could see. If you've been on a dating app and you met your husband and you married from a dating app, why is you on this video? The marriage ain't what it's cracked up to be. Marriage ain't what you thought it was gonna be either. I know. Hey, this Tony guys. God bless you. We'll talk soon.